Peace and love to everybody. It's your one and only Dr. Albert Higgins. I'm here to change your matrix, guys. Of course, another Tuesday. I tell you, it's the Alpha Mindset. And of course, Miss Bridget Gibson. How are you? How are you this evening?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited about this conversation.
Yeah, this is we may take it there. We may,
Okay.
proverbially go to church on this.
Okay. Okay.
We just might
Just might.
stretch it a tad.
Just a tad.
A tad bit.
Tad bit.
A tad bit. This means a lot to me. The last episode we talked about, a man of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And him understanding his purpose. And in understanding his purpose, he can develop principles that gives him the productivity he needs, gives him a direction, a sense of belonging. Well, women have purpose too. Women have a purpose. And I would like to say that women are more divine in their intent, because a woman is connected to the earth. A woman's intuition is a man's cover. And really, gain some understanding and knowledge of that. Because in this era, Ms. Bridget, in 2023, we are talking about men and women actually not even liking each other. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Not liking each other. As a man that sits here before you guys, I would not be complete without a woman in my life. First being my mom, my wonderful sister, my aunts, cousins. The women in my life have always enriched me. How can we get to a state where men are contemplating not being with women?
And why
it boggles my mind.
Why is that? Let's talk about it.
It's a lot of repression. There's a lot of mother wounds. And in upcoming episodes, I'm going to talk about mother wounds. But there's a lot of trauma around a feminine figure and the inability of that feminine figure to nurture and care for the son properly. And there's a lot of repressed abatement or people running away from a feminine presence.
I agree with
and
you.
It's prevalent. It's a lot more prevalent than a lot of men will own up to. And some of us men, we also fall subject to hypermasculinity. It becomes very difficult to actually relate to a woman in a feminine way, where a man can be quite masculine and manly, but have a soft masculine presence, a soft masculine feel to nurture that woman as a man should. And really tap into her divine feminine.
You're right.
But
also a woman needs to allow a man to do that. So we're going to talk tonight about women being a divine purpose, having a divine purpose, and walking in their feminine energy. And I think it's so important as women that we walk in our feminine energy. And sometimes we have to take a role that could be a little masculine, but we need to also know how to pull back when we're with the man that we have chosen to be with, because that man has to be able to fulfill his purpose. And so, so we're going to talk about it tonight, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask you, Bridget, what is in your perspective? I mean, you being the woman, what is a divine woman? What makes a woman reach her divinity? What is that?
I think a woman, when she's walking in her purpose, she's open. She's not judgmental. She attracts people. She doesn't push people away from her. So when she's walking in her feminine or her divine purpose, she has a way about herself that she draws people to her. Her energy is welcoming. And so I feel like to be a divine woman, you have to be able to get rid of some of that trauma. And I think trauma is one of the things that keep women from walking in their divine purpose. And Doc, I would like for you to speak on that. How does trauma play a role in a woman's life?
Well, honestly, with a woman, the trauma is around trust. Women need security from a male figure. They need to feel safe and secure. They need to know that they can be vulnerable and transparent with a man. And when a woman reaches the peak of her awareness, when she realizes the woman that she is, and she understands her purpose and plan when it comes to being relative to a man, it is incumbent that she expresses this. Like she has to really be open to the man she cares for. And I know it's tough. It's tough because every man appears the same.
Yeah.
But every man doesn't have the same intentions.
Exactly.
And it's hard to determine, is this guy really who he says he is versus a guy that's just something else.
Yeah.
And so a woman has to have the ability to have discernment. So what a woman really has to do is embody love. She really does. A woman can really push the ebb and flow of a relationship by being a nurturing woman. You know, the power of a woman and the way that she loves a man is unmatched. And no matter how hard that man is going to be or attempts to be, he will drop at the feet of a woman who is divine in her purpose.
You're right.
Because as a man, my manhood is not substantiated without a woman by my side. And a man is going to be judged in society based on the quality of woman that represents him, because she represents his character and his judgment. And she has to take the time to pour into herself. A woman has to do that. A woman cannot lose the direction of being a whole virtuous woman for the sake of another man. She can't do that.
You are so right. And you know, a woman, when she pours into herself, sometimes it's almost as important as pouring into her family. I think it's almost more important sometimes, because how can she give to her family if she's not taking care of herself?
Absolutely.
And you know, and I think when you're walking in your feminine energy, one of the things you want to do is take good care of yourself. You want to make sure that you're dressed properly, that you are, you know, your hygiene is top notch. You want the best. You want to look good. You want to feel good. And when you feel that way, that's the type of energy you put out.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And, you know, we as men, once we understand our purpose, you know, I talked about this last week, we realize who she really is to us. And a woman should not be easily attained. A woman of purpose is not just going to be available to any man.
That's right.
She's not. And she will be content waiting on the proper suitor. A woman should have options. She should have the ability to say, what man compliments me? What man can I rest with? What man can I rest in my femininity with? Who can I trust that is going to be my shroud and protector?
That's right.
You know, and that's not a simple task for some ladies. And I know that is frustrating for ladies. But the best thing you can do is be authentic, ladies. That is the best thing you can do, is make sure that this man is up to the task. And you're not coddling grown men. You can't do that.
Nope. And another thing, don't chase. Chasing is, oh my goodness. You know, sometimes women, they'll go on a date with a guy. And if the guy don't text them back 10 minutes after he leaves the date, then they get anxious. Like, well, how did the date go? I'm not quite sure how it went. So they start texting, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And that's chasing, ladies. That is chasing. Absolutely. And men do not like that, because you're getting in a masculine state of mind. Right. Talk to us about that, Doc.
Well, you know, when a woman is kind of in a masculine tense, she tends to want to be, you know, in control of the situation. She tends to cut herself short with the attraction that she has. A woman has a power of attraction. When she limits it to just the fleeting thoughts in her head, now she's in her masculine form. And you got to stay true to your heart. You know, a woman loves from the heart. When she really loves you, a man's going to feel it.
Yes.
And what's interesting with this is a lot of men will not really understand the woman they have until they find the one that's actually receiving them. A
Mm.
woman is the receiver. A man is the giver. When she is really open to you,
Hmm.
this woman is captivating.
Yes.
Once she's open to you, and if you'll know, a woman will let a man know when she is in her divine feminine, when she is comfortable with the woman that she
Hmm.
is, she will show it, and he is going to respond.
Yes.
If not, he wasn't serious to begin with.
No.
But when a woman is secure and solid, she's like, oh yeah, you're the one now.
Hmm.
What are you gonna do? It's on you, sir.
Yes.
And she gonna let you know that.
And men can tell when you're insecure. They can tell when there's some unhealed trauma just by the way we behave.
Yeah,
So when we're in that masculine state and we're trying to be the pursuer, that's not part of our nature. A woman is to receive, a man is to give. So
absolutely.
just pull back a little bit. Just,
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
okay.
Because,
Just relax.
yes, I mean, you mean everything to us, ladies. You mean everything to us. And we should go out of our way.
Hmm.
It is a natural thing. It's a law of nature. You complete us. And so you are the one that has to be complacent and patient and secure
Hmm.
within yourself. This
That's
doesn't
right.
diminish the woman that you are. It only enhances it. And a man needs to know that he's been chosen as a man of privilege,
Hmm.
not a man of opportunity. When a woman chooses a man out of opportunity, she cuts herself short from a man that's going to honor her.
Hmm.
Because a lot of men will lead with money and lead with opportunity versus integrity and honor. And
Yes.
it's a slippery slope. And a woman has to have discernment to see that this man is an honorable man, that his word is bonded in truth and authenticity,
Hmm.
not action and materialism.
That's
Because that
good.
action and materialism can blind a woman's
Yes.
judgment,
And
because
get you
that
in a
that
mess.
material can make a woman comfortable and she loses her
Hmm.
edge and
That's
all of
right.
that comfort. The whining, the dining, the feeling good,
Hmm.
the trips and all that kind of stuff. But what is the purpose and intent behind it?
Hmm.
And she has to be complacent and not influenced by those material things.
That's good, Doc. And also, ladies, be able to walk away.
Oh man.
If it does not serve you, walk away. Don't hang on, cling on, grab on. Let it go.
You don't get me. What you talking about firing them quick, huh?
Well, just like a man know what he wants, a woman should also know what she wants, right?
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
she should be able to walk away. But a lot of women don't do that. They want to hold on. And so
Absolutely.
it's important for us to be able to walk away when it doesn't fit our purpose. How about
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. And I hope that the ladies really take this to heart, because we desperately, men today, we
Hmm.
really need you. Men really need women to be steadfast and by our side more than ever.
That's
A
right.
lot of men with the advent of the whole red pill manosphere
Hmm.
thing and all this other kind of stuff that's going on, it's creating this identity of hypermasculinity where men are just homosocial. Well,
Hmm.
they'll just associate with men and be disassociated with women.
Hmm.
And women only become vehicles of either sex or
Hmm.
pleasurable sex or childbearing, but
Yes.
not building relationships and building homes together with that woman. And so a woman needs to come into her
Hmm.
divinity. She
You're
really
so
needs to know
right.
her value and her place.
So, guys, healing. We have to heal. We have to heal from these trauma wounds, relationships that went bad. It's not
Yeah,
everybody's fault, it's not the next
mhm.
man's fault. And I think when we are so aggressive, we push them away, you know. So I
Absolutely.
think walking in your femininity is so important. That
Yeah,
energy is so important.
indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, I
So,
totally
Doc,
agree.
this has been a great conversation. Also, I want to say that we need to invest, not just in our, feminine energy, but
Mhm.
also time, if we spend time spiritually, right? If you have where you pray and you meditate or whatever you do, spend time in doing that. And you become more aware of yourself and who you are. I think
Indeed.
sometimes women don't really know who they are or what they like. Sometimes I just sit back and say, okay, so what color do I like today? What do I feel like eating? What restaurant do I want to go to? Just take that time and just pamper yourself and
Indeed.
just feel very connected. So
Absolutely. And
I just wanted to
women,
have more to say today, Doc.
ladies, when you're defining your purpose, try to be different. Try to be the woman that's the it girl. Try to define yourself. How are you different from all the other ladies?
Hmm.
How do you take pride in being you and uniquely the woman that you want to be, and really reinforce that?
That's good.
Because it's getting to a point where everyone is a carbon copy of one another,
Hmm.
and that having a unique personality, a woman that has soft skills,
Hmm.
that's very congenial
Hmm.
and very respectful. Wow, the effects that she can have. So it's important to work on those virtuous things.
And guys, don't stress. Stress is another trauma based response. So when you see a woman running around and nervous and anxious, that's not feminine. Feminine is resting in your peace.
Absolutely.
Right, Doc?
Absolutely. Yeah, but guys, I hope you really enjoyed this conversation. I hope that there was some nuggets that you could take with words of wisdom. And we always love the feedback. Reach out to us, leave some ideas or maybe some feedback in the comment section. We'll definitely address it. We really appreciate you guys.
Well, Doc, your narcissistic camp is coming up, boot camp is coming up.
Absolutely.
I think it's this week.
Yes, it is. November 3rd. It's going to be at 10 p.m. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Central Time. It's going to end around 10 p.m. And we're going to be talking about dealing with a narcissist. And it is a rampant thing.
Mhm.
I tell you, it happens more often than people think, more often than people really think. And so we're going to discuss how to deal with it, how to notice some signs
Mhm.
that there may be some narcissistic behavior going on, and even finding out if you may have some behaviors
Wow.
that are rather narcissistic. So we're going to be talking about it, man. It's real important.
Oh, that's going to be very, very interesting because I'm
Absolutely.
sure if we have some of those traits, you'll give us some managing skills, some skills on how to
Absolutely.
manage. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, so log on to Eventbrite. Just type in mental awareness or type in mental awareness boot camp, and it's going to pop up, and you can order the tickets there.
Great, great, great. Well, guys, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Albert Higgins. This was a great
Absolutely.
alpha mindset, guys. And it was a woman's purpose tonight.
Absolutely. Have a great evening, guys.
Have a great evening. Bye bye.